Okay, so next we're going to make a dark chocolate raspberry truffle. This is a really rich dark chocolate, and raw chocolate tastes a little bit different than regular chocolate, as you may know. It's not as bitter, so being dark is a really nice flavor. Okay, so here are our ingredients. 3/4 cup of raw cacao powder, 1 cup of raw cacao butter, and this is how it looks chopped up. We'll be putting it on the double boiler like we did for the cashew truffles in a minute. 3/4 cup of agave. Then we use a combination of coconut butter and coconut oil. The coconut butter is right here and the coconut oil is right here. And they will also go on the double boiler with the cacao butter. Then for flavoring, I actually use from Medicine Flower Company in Oregon. It's an original raspberry extract. It's all natural, there's no chemicals in it, and you add about 5 drops of this to make the raspberry flavor come out. So let's put the cacao butter on the double boiler. Okay, so we're going to add the coconut butter and the coconut oil together to the cacao butter and put them on the double boiler. So here's our double boiler, just a pan of hot water, and let's put everything on there to melt. And you can put it's warm enough on a medium heat. Alright, we'll be back for that in a few minutes. So while the butters are melting on the double boiler, we can add the other ingredients to the bowl. First the cacao, 3/4 cup of cacao, and then we're going to do 3/4 cup of agave. Okay, and scoop that around so we get everything out. And we can add our drops of raspberry extract. So we're going to add about 4 drops of the raspberry extract, tiny little amount, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll add 1 more for extra measure. You don't want to add too much because it tastes too high then. Alright, and using our whisk, we can whisk together the first 2 ingredients until the butters are ready, and then add the butters. So we'll blend in the agave and the cacao and of course the raspberry extract as much as we can, and then we'll be adding the fat. Agave is so thick, takes a while to fold it in, but a whisk is a good idea. And this is what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to add the melted butters. This is what they look like, everything together. Nice and warm. You don't want it too hot. For raw, you don't want to exceed 117 degrees. Actually, a lot of people say 120. I try and keep it lower than 117, so you just want to melt it. This is the sediment from the cacao butter in the bottom. Alright. So let's whisk all of this together into a dark chocolate yummy. Then we'll put it in the refrigerator to solidify before we roll the truffles. And this is a little smoother than the cashew truffles. Oh, this looks good. and smells really good. So this is what the final mix looks like before we put it in the refrigerator. As you can see, it's darker than the cashew truffles. So we'll stick it in the fridge for 10-15 minutes and be right back. Okay, so our raspberry truffles are ready to be rolled. They've just come, actually I ended up putting them in the freezer because they weren't solidifying fast enough. So this is what it looks like. For the coating for them, I use a combination of these freeze-dried raspberry, organic raspberries and coconut sugar. About a 1/4 cup of each. Put it in the high-speed mixer for about a minute and it comes out looking like this. So let's start rolling our truffles. And I am going to use gloves for these, they're just way too messy. Okay, so grab about a teaspoon and just gently with your fingers form it a little bit and then roll it really quick in your hands. You don't want to linger on the palm of your hands. So about this size, and we'll roll a few of these. It actually doesn't matter what size, but I prefer smaller amounts because they are so rich. 2 little truffles. So now we're going to coat the truffles, and coat them as quickly as you can after they've been rolled, or else they get dry and the coating won't stick to it. So here we go. Just a quick roll in the raspberry. And it looks like this, nice and colorful. Roll them around. Here we go. So here's our final product, our raspberry truffles. You can buy cute little boxes to put them in, give them as gifts, or just like a little after dinner dessert. Enjoy!